up, all my fight fans? So, Floyd Mayweather had recently made a few comments after he saw the new updates regarding the pound for pound rankings, and everyone pretty much had, you know, three shuffled, but mostly they had number one Terrence Crawford, Inoue, round number two or number one depending, and of course Canelo Alvarez is still up there with Tyson Fury and Usyk, but Gervonta Davis isn't necessarily anywhere near those top five. And I feel like Floyd Mayweather had mentioned that he feels Gervonta Davis should be anywhere in between, somewhere there. You know, in between, like somewhere from top 10 down. Maybe even like 6, 7, possibly even closer. Maybe that's, you know, he feels like Gervonta Davis should be top 3. I'm not necessarily sure. He did not necessarily put it to where what number Gervonta should do or should be at. So my question to you guys is, what do you think about Gervonta Davis being in the top 10, maybe even top 5 pound for pound rankings right now? Now we all know. First, let's make this crystal clear. Pound for pound rankings is more of an opinion, more of a something like, hey, my best of all time is this guy. You know, it's not necessarily a fact, I guess you could say. Like, it's not saying that Terrence Crawford is better than Tyson Fury or Inoue is better than Terrence Crawford. It's just what we see. We've seen Terrence Crawford have this great performance against another great fighter, or Inoue have another great performance against another great fighter, and so forth and so forth. So we pretty much say, you know what, that guy right now is the best of all time. So now we go to Gervonta Davis. And yes, Gervonta Davis has done some really great work. Gervonta Davis has fought a lot of good fighters. He's fought guys like Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz. He's fought some really, really heavy hitters. But me personally, I would not put him in the top 10 just yet, because I have yet to see him fight someone within that rankings just yet. Like, Ryan Garcia is probably the closest heavy competitor right now in Gervonta Davis's list. He still has a whole big list of lightweights to go through. Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. There's a lot of fighters that he could be facing. But yet he has fought a lot of really good fighters, not necessarily great fighters. Ryan Garcia was a very, very good fighter, but he too wasn't necessarily fighting the top of the top, the top 5 lightweights of all time, until he fought Tank Davis, and Tank Davis fought Ryan Garcia. So that's a good step in the right direction, but you still got a few more within that list. Terrence Crawford has fought in the who's who in the welterweight division. Canelo Alvarez has fought in the who's who in the middleweight and super middleweight division, even taking risk at light heavyweight. Usyk, great heavyweight. Tyson Fury, great heavyweight. The list goes on and on and on. Even Devin Haney, who has fought quite a few good fighters, but also took on the former pound for pound king Vasily Lomachenko and beat him. Yes, we all know Vasily is a little bit past his prime, but still at least he stepped in the ring with him. You know, and he was able to do really, really good. But that doesn't necessarily put Devin Haney at number 1. Because again, Vasily is past his prime. Vasily is a little bit, downhill just a tad bit. But it does put him on the top 10. So right now you look at the pound for pound rankings, even prior to that, Tank Davis really never faced anybody in the pound for pound rankings, to my knowledge. Ryan Garcia, I don't believe was in the pound for pound. Rolly Romero, no. There's a few other fighters that he's fought that weren't necessarily in the pound for pound. Now, if he wants a good spot and a big spot in the pound for pound rankings, then yes, Devin Haney's right on there. There's a Shakur Stevenson, I believe, is right on there. There's a few fighters that he could face to where he could earn a really good spot in the pound for pound rankings. So that's my personal opinion, guys. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about Tank Davis being top 5 or even closer in the pound for pound rankings? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.